Hello, welcome to Dividing the Attack. So this video is going to be mostly for people who experience that problem of their team goes in as a unit down some choke and they just kind of keep dying. And it just keeps happening over and over again. And maybe they start trickling, they start doing stupid stuff like that because they're tilted. I would say this is most useful for obviously teams, but even for people who just duo queue, like you have like a partner that you queue up with, or maybe two people you queue up with. So the point of this video is to show that when you're attacking a point, you want to split up your forces, right? You want to be in like a 2-2-2 or a 3-3 or a 4-2 or even a 5-1, where you send a certain amount of people one way and another group of people a different way. And this works on defense too, but in this video I'm gonna be generally just speaking broadly and generally in terms of attack. There will be another video where I discuss kind of the opposite of this when you're playing defense. That'll be called contesting flanks. So this video is called Dividing the Attack, and your goal here is to spread the attention of your opponents. So the goal is to basically massage your opponents so that you get them in a position where you've kind of like surrounded them. Sometimes that doesn't work because your opponents maybe they're smart and they don't really give up that space and they just kind of they pressure you back, and that's what a good defense will do. But at the very least, what dividing your attack does is it spreads their attention, and they'll have to be more coordinated and work harder to hold all of the different sides. So in general, I think that a lot of maps have a lot of places where you can do that. This map is a great example of that. Nepal Village, if I'm not mistaken, there's actually 4 paths you can take. Like there's that, from this perspective, there's that far left one, then there's main, and then there's that little door that's to the left of this screen, and then there's this door. I love this map for that reason, because there's lots of paths you can take, and it really creates kind of a panic on the opponent side because they can't just all fire down, one area and just burn it down. So for you duo queuers out there, or even you solo queuers, if you play characters like Zenyatta, Roadhog, obviously flankers like Genji and Tracer, Soldier. Did I say McCree already? I'm not sure if I said McCree. Anyways, characters like that, you can do a really good job of poking your opponents from the side, even if it's just you, and really split their attention. So we'll talk about it more as the video goes on. Cool. So you'll notice here that I'm poking this area, and then I'll see that a Hanzo's there, and I'm going to respect him and then back off. So I noticed the Genji. I'm not too worried about the Genji. I'm confident in my 1v1 against Genji. But then I see the Hanzo. That's 2 people. Okay, no thanks. So I immediately back off.
Oh, shit.
And if I hadn't, that scatter arrow might have killed me. So that was good that I backed off. And then now it's time to reassess and see where my team's at, and see if we can go a different route.
Forgot about the counter.
Cool. So now it seems like my team's going this other way. So then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make the call to just go this way and let my teammates go down main. And we get the added benefit of they might be thinking that we'll be going that other way, because I was just there. So on their side, we've already created just a little bit of confusion. So that's obviously great. Cool. And yes, he probably did Sonic Arrow, and so he sees we're not there now. But at this point in time, it might be gone by now, or soon. So, anyways, point still stands. All right, let's keep this going.
I require healing.
Cool. So this is already a pretty good strategy because I'm with Tracer. There's 2 of us on this side, and I have I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure Genji and the rest of them are going on that left side. So this is already a pretty damn good setup for an attack because we're all going at roughly the same time, and we're approaching from different sides.
Help me, please.
So, and I get really lucky right here because he almost killed me, and he decided to use Reflect. I'm assuming his Swift Strike is down, and that's why he can't kill me right now. So I get really lucky here. Yeah. So then he threw his shurikens, but it's too late because I had already got the health pack, and he dies. So really, really unfortunate on his behalf that he reflected at that time without Swift Strike.
Thank you, Tracer. See, it's so much easier when I have just a little bit of help.
Yeah, you can ignore me bitching right there. Cool, so that's the general idea. Let's look at one more example of dividing your attack. We're gonna go here. Right about here. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, so you can see here what's happening already. Oops, wrong button. So we have Soldier and Ana pushing up on the right flank, and Tracer's behind me. Roadhog's here. Reinhardt just switched, so he's coming back from spawn. So what we could be doing is we could go down main, or we could go around the side, or again we could split up in like a 2-2-2. So we'll let this unfold and see what happens. Okay, so Roadhog is using his ultimate, so that's obviously going to cause problems. Unfortunately, we don't kill this, and I miss my shots, and Reinhardt dies. Okay, cool. So thankfully, I think Soldier gets a kill as well. Yeah, he gets a kill on Junkrat. Cool. And then, so it's a 5-5. So now we can go, and at this point, I can go either left or right. It doesn't matter. But I have to go now because Soldier's already flanking. You can already see that he's... Oops, sorry. You can see that he's already flanking here. And he's way in position. So we need to really catch up because we are way behind. Cool. And hello, we see a Genji flanking. Unfortunately for him, I'm with Roadhog and Tracer, and we just light him up. Tries to get cheeky, no thanks. Cool. Yeah, and already this is pretty successful. We're trading kills though. Soldier died, Ana died, but that's okay because me, Roadhog, and Tracer are still up, and I think it's, what is it, like a 3-for-3 so far? So now it's a 3v3 or 3v2, something like that. Okay, so basically for this particular video, or rather for this clip, you can see that it was kind of like a three-pronged approach. Roadhog was middle, Soldier and Ana on the right, me and Tracer on the left, and in this case it worked out beautifully. Like there was a lot of trades, but in the end we came out ahead because of how much we spread out our forces. If we had all just gone down middle, they would have lit us up with Roadhog, Junkrat, and whoever else they had, Diva. And just, really, and you'll see that a lot in solo queue. People just want to run it down that stupid room, and it drives me crazy. But thankfully, this is like a higher level match, so people aren't so silly. And it worked out even with Reinhardt dying. Like it turns out we didn't even need him. But to be fair, that was kind of a trade. Like Soldier killed Junkrat, and Junkrat killed Reinhardt. So, obviously this was very fortunate. It doesn't always work out this way, but this is the best way to, or rather, this gives you the best chance to actually break a defense. And this doesn't just apply on offense, and this doesn't just apply to King of the Hill. This applies to all maps and all situations. So with this kind of thinking, you'll do a lot better. So to wrap up, even if you're solo queuing, don't be afraid to flank. Obviously, some characters are better suited for it than others. If you're like Ana, okay, yeah, you don't want to be doing this. You want to be sticking with like your tanks and whatnot. But if you're Ana with like a Genji or with a Tracer, maybe sometimes don't be so afraid to just go with them and see what happens. Every situation needs to be thought about carefully. But what I want this video to show, or to encourage rather, is I want players to be more comfortable, separating from their team and attacking at the same time as their team. That's the key thing. Separate and go at the same time. You want to start fighting at the same time as your team. In this case, we were behind Soldier. He got ahead of us. Although it wasn't that bad because their Genji was going to kill us, and we got a kill on him. So anyways, yeah. So I want people to get out of their comfort zone and try to go for flanks more, and and separate from their team. Cool. All right. I hope this video was helpful.